Hi, ladies and gentlemen. It's Edgar Raphael. Today we're going to have a really interesting Forex weekly analysis, and we're going to look at stocks. We're going to look at Forex markets. We're going to look at commodities. So it's purely trading. You're just trading pretty much all kind of instruments. We can find opportunity, but not things like options, euro bonds, and euro futures, anything like that. Those are very, very complex instruments. I don't want to get into those stuff. So we're just going to look at three key assets: FX, commodities, and stock. All right, guys, only those three things. So FX, commodities, and stock. FX, commodities, and stock. So remember, guys, this video is purposely for education. It's not intended to provide any sort of signal providing service. So any trade you're going to take, please, guys, is on your own risk. And on that point, you have to be risk averse and take care of your capital, especially during these times when you have a lot of volatility in the market and you don't want to be caught up on the wrong side of the trade. Right, as always, I don't want to boast myself, but I like to think of I'm among interesting, not very interesting, but very, very resourceful traders out there in terms of educations, provisions, because of the fact that a lot of educators there, they don't really have that substance. Most people just want to get in there, look at the charts, and you're done. All right. So that's not the right way to approach the market. The right way to approach the market is understand the fundamentals and kick into the technicals and then pull the trigger. Simple like that. All right, so we're going to start looking at the currency headlines on Bloomberg.com. All right, so the first headline we're looking here is the Deutsche Bank says stocks overweight needs a rates. Okay, first, I don't know what that means, but I think they say kind of dropping rates or something like that. Anyways, that's not interesting. Foreign investors' dollars in lockdown in Nigeria debt market. All right, remember, guys, Nigeria is experiencing economic recession, and for the last 30 years they've never had any economic recession. Now it's happening, and it's happening. It's very bad, and I think you guys know why. It's just simple logic. You have oil issues and you have corona issues, so bring them together. It's a perfect storm for Nigeria economy. Next one, you have moonlighting FX beats Netflix binges for some stock at home. All right, that's not interesting. Turkey is in losing battle over lira after surprise rate cut. Jesus, now that's an interesting information. That's an interesting headline. We're gonna look at that one. That for me, that's an eye opener, because we do trade Turkish lira here. Remember, Turkish lira is an emerging market, and for them to drop the interest rate is a no-brainer. Every country right now is dropping the interest rate, and for the battle to keep the economy running. All right, so you're looking here is lowering it from to 8 from okay, so they dropped a couple basis points. I think I would say 100 basis points, from 8.75 to 9.75% to 8.75%. Only two of the 28 economists in Blue Bank poll correctly predicted the move, with the rest seeing a smaller cut or a hold. Alright, that's a big chunk of a cut, and to be honest, if you have only 2 out of 28 economists predicted it right, that's going to cause volatility, because the market has not priced in that information properly. The proper way should be priced in, so you're going to see a massive spike. Now, we've not looked at the charts yet, but we're going to look at the charts later and come up with how we're going to enter that trade. Okay, now we're looking at stock market. So US futures rise, oil fluctuations with treasuries, markets drop. JP Morgan fund touts big windfall in emerging market stock. Stock declines after virus drug test disappoints. Alright, stock drop most in 3 weeks, oil collapse deepens. So you have negative oil outlook, we have stock decline, after various drug tests disappoint. So the virus drug test hasn't been a positive one, so that tends to affect the stock market eventually. So I don't need to discuss about that. That's straightforward. Now commodities meet the shortage risk climbs to high seas energy fight, blah blah blah, draws US Chinese warship. Farmers are starting to destroy their pigs after factories close. Wow. Anyone trading commodities, you have to look at pigs. Biggest oil ETF almost unanalyzable after ditching disclosures. Another big meat plant shunters with US on brink of shortages. Alright. So on fundamentals side, we're looking at strong dollar at the moment. We're looking at weak Turkish lira, and we're looking at weak oil as well, and we're looking at wheel stock market. And just because of the disappointing result from the virus drug tests. So having said that, let's jump to the markets. Let's jump to the charts. This is where the juice is. This is not very interesting trading the technicals, because just technicals. But when you trade based on fundamentals, things start getting slightly interesting. Not slightly, but more interesting. Sorry for that. So let's look here. The DXY is trading above the 50 days moving average. But the thing is, we're reaching the resistance level. This resistance level has been there for the price has been capping on that level for some time now, and that's a major resistance level, and that could signal some sort of reversal, and that might happen anytime soon. But we have to wait and see on that one. But we're still holding that bullish to neutral bias on the dollar. That helps us to create this biasness when approaching the market. So having said that, we're gonna look at EURGBP. EURGBP is still holding that negative bearish sentiment to it. We want to sell. The only way to do it, we were waiting for that pullback, retest here, and continuation. Pullback. Do you call that pullback or retracement? I would like to call that retracement. Sorry. So retracement here, sell. Retracement, sell. Retracement, sell. That's how I'm going to look at EURGBP in the coming weeks and the coming months. All right, it's simple logic, guys. Euro economy is fairly performing poorly. You have interest rate below zero, and also you have Japanese yen extremely strong. It's a safe haven, guys. It's a no-brainer trade. USD card performs very well on that trend line. We have very weak oil right now, so Canadian economy is messed up. Based on that, we have a strong dollar. Remember, you're still bullish on the dollar, so I still see an uptrend going forward on the USD card. Euro USD. I don't like trading this kind of markets. Sorry for the bunch of lines. We're still on the downward trend. The thing is, we're approaching the bottoms here, so there's a lot of buying push to the upside, and that tends to kind of creates this kind of tactical risk to it, and that doesn't provide me really good opportunities to short USD right now. So I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna overlook it. GBPJPY, it's an interesting trade as well. You had some sort of head and shoulders pattern here, but it's not that perfect to call it that. Anyways, guys, so here, if you look here, the price is creating this support line. So as soon as the price breaks through here, this will be a good time for us to sell GBPJPY all the way to 125.322, and we're gonna have a risk fairly at 2. So 1:2 is good, is really good on that GBPJPY. So it's a no-brainer trade, guys. Next trade, NZD/USD is too choppy. I'm not interested on that one. AUD/USD, yeah, it shows a bullishness, but it goes against the fundamentals. I don't know why AUD is doing good, surprisingly, because we have the fundamentals just doesn't add up on the AUD/USD. Next trade is GBPUSD. There's no good structure to it. Gonna give you updates on that one. USD/JPY, okay, all right. This is EURGBP. Yes, EURGBP. I've been selling for some time now. We close all our EURGBP trades. Now we want to see where we're gonna enter another trade. So for the next trade, I think it'll be smart if you wait for the price to pull back all the way here, and this is where, is it pullback or retest? How do you call it? I still get confused with this, jargons, trading jargons. Anyway, so here's where I'm gonna look for a sell all the way down. Next trade is Tesla. Now we're entering stock market. So I'm not going to talk much about stock market so far because it's such a huge topic by itself. So maybe some other time. Now Tesla, it just bounced off from that 50-day moving average. The price keeps on going up. So for me, honestly, this coronavirus and economic recession, people staying at home, people no one's buying cars, car automakers, they're bleeding out at the moment. Yesterday, I think it was last week, I was watching the Bloomberg and I saw who's this guy? I can't remember. He's an Indian dude. He's the COO of Nissan, and he's saying we can't produce cars because all our suppliers, you call suppliers, no, all our distributors, they have closed their shops, distribution points. So yeah, Tesla itself is being affected on that manner in terms of distribution, but on the future of it, it's still a positive bullish stock to hold at the moment. But yeah, with the current coronavirus, just leave it, don't trade Tesla. All right, VIX. So the buzz is over and the price starts to retrace all the way back. I would like to see the price coming here, and I build this kind of strategy about VIX. I think the VIX would should come to these bottoms here, and this is a good place to buy VIX so far, and it has shown and just respected this support area here for some time now. So yeah, it's a very good strong support base, I guess. Yeah, so yeah, S&P 500, S&P, okay, bunch of lines there, just me doing the dirty work for you guys. Never mind. So with the current drug test failures, there's this kind of negative sentiment on the stock market starting to pop in. The market will start showing a bit of bullishness, but now unfortunately the market is that bullishness starting to dry out. I'm supposed to say that the price has just reached this particular 50-day moving average, so I think the price will go down from here on S&P 500. Now this is a bold call. You don't have to take the trade from just based on my call, but just a bold call. It's one of those calls some traders have to make based on their beliefs. So yeah. All right. Next trade. All right, NASDAQ 100, very good bullish movement. We're not able to catch this trade because the price didn't come back or here, but the price keeps on trending all the way to the top. Still, I'm having a bit of fear on trading the bullish aspect to it. The current drug failure test, that is a very negative point on terms of affecting the stock market. All right, so Facebook is too choppy. Amazon, Amazon is doing extremely good. Who else? Microsoft is also doing good in terms of having those kind of retracements after that massive sell-off. Google as well. All these tech stocks, they're doing extremely well. Silver is trading below the 50-day moving average. Is it time to sell? And it's a hard one. I'm not a very good expert in silver. There's a lot of theories behind silver, and it has a lot of relationship with gold. I'm not that good at it, so I'm going to overlook it. Remember, guys, we're entering commodities now, and yeah. So here, so we're trading palladium. Palladium temporarily is a good sell. I highlighted this last 2 weeks. The problem with palladium is you can't sell it because it's like Tesla. It's the future, and the only good strategy for a smart trader or investor is to wait for that sell-off at this area. I suppose this will be a good area to buy, unless not unless, but if the price comes here, it has to reverse by breaking through this trend line and when the price closes above this trend line, that'll be a good point to buy and drive the price all the way to the top. And I think that's my sentiment on palladium. Palladium is such a precious metal, you don't want to short it. The future looks bright on palladium. Next one, you have gold. Gold. I'm still bullish on gold. I didn't need to talk about. I don't know. I don't want to talk much about it because I've been, singing and preaching on gold so far. Next one is oil. Oh my God, oil, guys. Oil needs its own session to discuss about oil, and I can't talk everything about oil on this few minutes video. That you have to. You just have to wait and see what happens. No, come on, what am I even saying? All right, so oil is still a bearish market, and I've been shorting this for some time now. Is it the right time to buy? There've been a lot of questions, people saying that. I don't think that's a good idea. Do not short oil. Do not buy oil. That's very, very stupid. Anyways, guys, so that's it for me, guys. Oil session, we're gonna have it on Saturday, live trading, and no, live, we call it live, yes, it will be live Zoom session. And yeah, we're gonna discuss oil, gold, and other precious metal in this period of coronavirus and how we can play. Anyways, guys, thank you so much and have a lovely day.